think what first drew me to the Franciscans was being invited by my baptism. And I know that sounds kind of corny to say, but I think from the very beginning, I've always had something inside of me that's called me to God. And I was never sure if that was a call to religious life or the priesthood or what it was. But from my earliest days, I always remember just being invited and called by God in some way. And then it became a welcome. I, grew up a very pious little boy and was a regular Catholic week after week. And then, in my early 20s, fell away from the church and kind of turned my back to God a little bit. And, as what often happens when one does that, things started to go wrong. And I went through many rocky years, a few dark nights of the soul, and I knew I needed God back in my life, but didn't really know how to go about doing it. And yeah, it was a period of time where I felt really broken and really unholy, and that I had made a lot of mistakes, burned a lot of bridges, hurt a lot of people, and was looking for a way to come back. And so I'm kind of church hopping around Manhattan where I was living at the time, and I went into St. Francis of Assisi Parish on 31st Street. And I thought, I pass by this building all the time, let me go in for Sunday. It was a Saturday evening. And I walked in, and the opening hymn was All Are Welcome. And I thought, okay, this is all right. Yeah. So I kind of found a seat and sang the song. And then the friar, Father Jerome, gave this wonderful homily about how all are welcome at God's table. And it doesn't matter who you are, what you've done, the mistakes you've made, the strengths you have, your weaknesses. God welcomes everybody at his table. And I still remember, I just felt as if I just exhaled. And it was the first time in a long time I felt at home. And so that, combined with the invitation I got from my baptism and that sense of welcome, I began becoming more involved in my parish, 31st Street. Really became a lector, Eucharistic minister, one of the lay church leaders in a sense. And one day a friar came up to me and said, "Have you ever thought about becoming a friar?" And I said, I can't become a friar, and besides that, I'm way too old, And he said, "No, you're not." He said, "You're exactly what we're looking for. There's a discernment weekend coming up next weekend. Come and see what our life is like." I had nothing going on that weekend, and so I went up, and here I am now, 5.5 years later. So it's been that kind of sense, an invitation from the beginning, from God, a sense of welcome in a Franciscan parish, and then a specific invitation from a friar to try this way of life.